For more than 100 years, Samford's Department of Nutrition and Dietetics has prepared students to positively impact human health. Our students at the undergraduate and graduate level work in a wide variety of areas. We see them in hospitals, education, research, sports nutrition, community and public health, and even in the food and restaurant industries. It's a fascinating science, and it's the focus of this episode of Beck's Bench. Beck's Bench is in the kitchen this month. We're here on campus in our College of Health Sciences buildings in the Department of Nutrition and Dietetics, and I'm joined by two very special guests. I'll start with Harper Simmons, a Master of Science and Nutrition student. Her recent research on the nutritional benefits of regular consumption of baby carrots has gone viral and is being talked about around the world. We'll talk more about her research in a moment. And I'm also joined by James Briscione, a 2001 Samford graduate with a degree in nutrition and dietetics. He's a nationally celebrated chef, an author of multiple cookbooks, a Food Network personality, and he also serves as Samford's culinary advisor. James can often be seen in the caf preparing wonderful dishes for our students and working with our culinary team to create wonderful new recipes. Welcome both of you to Beck's Bench. Well, Chef James, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We know you're an awesome chef. You make delectable foods for our students on the regular. We're so grateful for that. But you have studied the ways in which science and cooking come together. One of your books, The Flavor Matrix, looks at that in particular. How does the science of nutrition and dietetics influence your philosophy of cooking?
Well, so I'm a nutrition and dietetics student here, graduated from Samford. And, if you told me back in the days when I was trudging through organic chemistry and biochemistry that would have anything to do with my career as a chef, I couldn't convince myself sitting in those classrooms right here at Samford. And then, fast forward 10, 12 years, suddenly I'm working with IBM developing, a supercomputer on culinary science. And those same chemistry lessons are the cornerstone of what we're doing, understanding the chemical compounds in food that create flavor, how they relate to one another, and how they make food taste delicious. So that was just kind of a small piece of my Samford education. But for everybody, when you're sitting through these classes, you never know how they're going to come back in and how you're actually going to hold on to some of those things that you learned. And it was really incredible.
Now, Harper, when we talk about the science of nutrition, this is an area that you've really dived into. You've done some research on the ways in which something that we see every day on the store shelves, maybe some of us consume on the regular, can really improve our health and our diets, and that's baby carrots.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your research.
So we did a research study looking at baby carrots. They are packed full of vitamin A. Vitamin A has this precursor that we call beta carotene, which can be used to see basically how much fruits and vegetables you're intaking. And so we were able to take baby carrots and give our individuals in our research study just small simple sacks to eat throughout the week over just a 4-week time period, and saw major improvements in their overall scores for their fruit and vegetable intake compared to those who didn't have the intervention whatsoever. So it's kind of a cool thing that just a few snacks, I think it was like a handful of baby carrots, just 3 times a week, we're able to exponentially grow somebody's biomarkers and like you would find in blood work or something like that for fruit and vegetable intake within these participants.
That's fantastic. It's so easy too. Who doesn't like baby carrots?
Oh, it's great. You can dip them in hummus, ranch,
Yeah.
Put them alone, throw them in a salad. They're great.
I love that.
Now, I wish, can you find some health benefits for the ranch as well? Because then we would really...
That would be a huge
really
direction.
You can make millions on that.
Yes.
Now, Chef, you talked a little bit about your preparation here at Samford. Now, you're a relatively young man. You've got a lot of career in front of you, but it all started right here at Samford in our dietetics nutrition major. Say a little bit more about how your Samford experience really impacted your career now.
Yeah, well, I think, there's kind of in 2 different ways. Number one, just like Harper was talking about, nutrition and dietetics is very science focused, right? And there's, a big medical side to it as well. But, it's food. It's what you eat and what you consume every day. So I think the exposure to, food and cooking, and I mean, being in these kitchens, now for all of these students, to see like the real practical application of not just what's healthy, how do you improve health outcomes through what you consume, but then actually, how do you deliver that, through the food? So I think that's, a big piece. But then, for me, it was kind of the full roundedness of the Samford education, how important community is here at Samford. And, I kind of say the same thing again, but, sitting in communication arts and some of those courses we took as freshmen, again, I was like, fine, I'll practice public speaking and doing these things, but that's not anything I'm ever going to do, in the future. And then, again, that 18, 19-year-old doesn't always realize what an impact all of these things you're learning and all these experiences you have, that are a core part of the Samford education, how they just benefit you, all the way through life.
And now you've come full circle. You are now Samford University's culinary advisor.
Yes.
You get to come into the CAF on a regular basis and not only make great food for our students, but also teach our students how to cook and to cook in healthy ways.
It's really been amazing. And I mean, thanks to you so much for being a champion of that program. But to be back on campus on a regular basis, sharing, what I love, just making great food with the students, teaching them about, just teaching about what they're eating, how to do simple preparation. They actually get to, watch live as we cook dishes in the CAF and then sample it immediately. So I think it's a really fun experience for me. I believe it's a really great experience for them as well.
That's fantastic. Now, Harper, you're a product of this program. Got your undergraduate degree this spring. Now you're working on your master's degree. First of all, say a little bit more about the facility we're in. How has this program's space impacted your education? And then tell us what you're thinking about after you graduate.
For me specifically, I've gotten really involved within the wellness kitchen that we have here, and also too with the spring and the teen cooking camps that we will do. So we have community members come in and we can teach them hands-on learning with how to just do simple knife skills, or even as simple as using a stove or an oven. And I've gotten really involved with Miss Darling and how to help people learn to cook with healthier habits and also just have better skills in the kitchen. And so that's been a huge part of my education here, especially getting to utilize these wonderful facilities that we have. Get to serve as a community member to my community, and also just get to do the Samford way of just that compassion, that love, and spread it with the community around us.
I love that. What a great vision. And maybe we'll see her on the Food Network someday as well. Now, Chef, the theme of the day is carrots.
Carrots.
And I think you've made something for us today.
Right? So this is actually a recipe from our very first cookbook, Just Married in Cooking. My wife Brooke and I wrote during our first year of being married, kind of building those new, talking about building habits and how do you just, get food, the kind of the daily task. And one of our favorite recipes is a roasted carrot hummus. So fantastic on its own with crackers, but you really want to amp up that beta carotene. Take your little baby carrots, dip them in the roasted carrot hummus, and you're doubling up.
I love it.
So doing even better, improving on.
Harper, I don't know about you, but I want to try this. Go ahead and grab a cracker.
I'm going.
Chef, cheers. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
The carrots give it a great little sweetness, savory with the chickpeas and roasted garlic. Smoked paprika, again, that's going to bring up even more beta carotene. It's perfect. Good stuff.
Lovely.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.